So here we are with Bhrigupati Prabhu in his motorhome outside the Los Angeles temple. And I just have a short question for you, Prabhu. What advice would you have for someone who's just starting out in Krishna consciousness? What tips have you got that will help that devotee to have a successful life, and particularly if they're interested in book distribution?
Okay. I'll try to answer that question by relating an anecdote or a story. It's actually something that took place in Atlanta in 1975. Prabhupada, I think he just visited Atlanta once, and on that occasion he met with the book distributors. I think this is one and only meeting with the book distributors of North America. And the devotee was the spokesman, told Prabhupada, sometimes when we go to the temples, they ask us to give class about book distribution techniques. And Prabhupada said to him, okay, well, what do you tell them? And the devotee said, Prabhupada, well, we tell them, Prabhupada, that first they have to study the books and follow the regulative principles. And then Prabhupada cut him off and said, yes, that is our only technique, to become very devout followers of the rules and regulations. Okay? So that was what Prabhupada thought was the most important thing. At least on that occasion, that's what he emphasized, that being a solid devotee, if you're a solid devotee, which means good sadhana, then you'll be okay. Then there's no need for learning book distribution techniques, or maybe there might be, but the real thing is to be have a good, solid, strong sadhana, and then everything else will flow over from that. So that's a good bit of advice for, of course, an aspiring book distributor, and it's a good bit of advice for every devotee, to have a good sadhana like that, and everything else just kind of is an outgrowth of that good sadhana. And another suggestion is, another bit of advice, I guess, is try to be, particularly for book distributors, try to be in the association of people who will encourage you in your, in your service, because not all devotees share the same enthusiasm about book distribution that book distributors have. You see, so that's very important. If you're around people who are book distributors, and if you're feeling a little bit maybe not so enthusiastic at some point, but you're around people who are enthusiastic, particularly about that specific activity, that can, that'll help you. You just immediately can shift gears and get back your enthusiasm again. But if you're around people who, book distribution is not very important to them, or, they're not so keen on it, then, where are you going to, it's not going to help you. It's going to make it harder for you to do it, you see. So those two things, have a good sadhana and try to be in the association of people who are, enthusiastic about what it is that you want to do. And then combination of those two things, that'll be very helpful to us being successful.
Nice.
So.
Thanks, Prabhu. That's great.